All right, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. I am Pamela with Business Concepts Accelerated, also known as BCA, and welcome to the BCA B2B Live YouTube channel. All right, so there we have it, our official jingle that is out there, and I'm so excited about it. You'll have to go to the YouTube channel to hear the whole thing. It's my first attempt at creating a jingle, and I'm so proud of it because I think that it's catchy and it's something that sticks with you. So be careful because you might fall in love with it. All right, so again, I'm Pamela with Business Concepts Accelerated, and my company is what we do on YouTube is BCA B2B Live. And so today on BCA Chats, my guests will share how to manage distractions and time efficiency and how to stay focused and increase productivity. So Jade ONASHOGA joins me today. Be sure to stick around for that. But as always, I like to start off by sharing a little bit about what I do with Business Concepts Accelerated, where we accelerate your business. And I want you to know exactly why you should watch, like, and share our channel as well. Click that little bell. And this is when we go live to spotlight savvy business owners from across the world who are motivated to do business with you. So let's get started. I like to start every broadcast with talking a little bit about purpose. And because we all have a why as to why we do what we do, as you know, I started this broadcast from a place of being transparent last September. And this was this YouTube journey really was aligned with the fact that I'm passionate about dancing. And so I did that for my birthday last September, and it just turned into this awesome platform that I can now speak to the universe for these few minutes. And it has truly helped me to know and understand and be aligned with my why and why I'm here. So I am passionate to make connections with business owners. I've done this through my time with a national women's networking platform that accelerated networking connections between business women who do business together. And so with that, I had an opportunity to meet people also that really they didn't necessarily always have a passion, but they had they didn't have a business, but they had a passion about something. And that's kind of how Business Concepts Accelerated came to life. So in that whole entire journey, I realized that business owners, no matter what level you are, you may have stumbling blocks in business. So that next challenge, that next thing that's on your list of the next direction of your company. And you may not know all of the ins and outs to get there because we don't know everything. We should always be lifelong learners, right? So there may be a challenge at any level of business owner, any industry, and Business Concepts Accelerated post-COVID, we are building a business-to-business referral network. So this is where you'll find and be able to leverage qualified expert referrals. And I know that can be priceless. So with this referral network, I invite you to join in regards to listing your company and becoming an early adopter. And with that, you'll have a chance to experience the dynamic platform and all of the additives that I have out of my who I am, my sense in my brain, all the things that I want to give to business owners in their journey of getting to where they can catapult even further. So the website is bcab2blive.com. And if I invite you, if you would go to there and list your company and become an early adopter on the platform. Now, these days, with any type of business, it's a digital world, right? This is one where you can find any resource that you need by, just going online, but also you can go into rooms where there could be 1,000, 5,000 people in there. You listen to the speaker, you hear great tips, great steps on how to get to where you need to get to, and you can still leave out of that room of 5,000 people and still have stumbling blocks in business. This is just, you didn't make that connection because it wasn't that type of party. So again, I implore you to take a look at what we're wanting to do, what is coming up, because this is still being curated. This is still in the works, but it's coming soon. It will be here and a value add to you and your business, again, because of what I know in regards to me and what I want to be able to give. This is what I am passionate about. So it's different than anything else I would say that you can find out on the market. We really specialize on our pillars, which are marketing, branding, public relations, and strategy. Strategy being angel investing and venture capital. So with that, I'm happy to announce, and I mentioned this a little earlier in the week, we have an upcoming event called BCA B2B Capital, and it's under that umbrella of the company. It's going to be Saturday, June 19th, and I am excited because it will be posted on the BCA B2B Live IG page and stories starting this week. So all of you business owners, and we know that finding capital is one that can really halt the things that you want to do in business. There's all kind of capital going on and being exchanged here today, and I wish you all well with everything that you have going on. But you may have capital even that you've recently received, and still the direction of talking with an expert resource who can help you in regards to crystallizing your vision could be of value. So our event, June 19th, is a time when you will be able to sit one-on-one with angel investors and venture capital, one-to-one conversation. So that is what we're offering. And that the venture capital, of course, you would be in the development growth stage of your business. So again, follow us on IG at BCA B2B Live, and make sure to stay in touch with us. I hope that you will follow. Again, the website is BCA B2B Live, and it is something that we are excited to bring to light. Now, the other quick thing I want to mention, and my guest will be on in just a moment, is our pivot to bringing the focus onto women and really the CEO who travels. And that's our blog called CEO Go Global. So that is another great opportunity to really just find interesting stories about people, places, and things. And it's something that I hope that you come back to read time and time again, because we're always going to have new and exciting stories to read in your leisure. So please check that out as well. All right, so let me check and see if my guest is here. Hey, Jade, I think you're with me, and you're welcome to.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Pamela. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well here in the UK. How are you doing?
I am well. I am doing really good. Very busy these days, but that's good. That is good.
Good busy. Good busy.
Yes, quite busy. Yes. So thank you again for being a part of the show. And I'm so happy to have you here. Finally, you have arrived. So I am excited about the conversation today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your platform. And I'm really looking forward to the 19th of June. Oh. And I'm quite excited for today, as well as the 19th of June.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we look forward to hearing more about what you have going on as well. I want to make mention of the introduction to you with my dear friend Adebayo Jones, and how he's kind of bridged this gap. So this is an opportunity for business owners who are doing business not only local, but outside of your local, but globally, and those motivated to do business globally. So I'm so happy to share, shed the spotlight on you and your business and what you have going on as an extrapreneur and author.
Thank you.
Distract your distractions.
Thank you very much, Pamela. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So let's jump right in then. So I know you talk about distract the distractions. Is this how you got started with this area of expertise? Did you have all these distractions around that kind of led you, didn't keep you on your path? Is that how you got started?
Pretty much the overall answer to that is pretty much a very big yes. For many, many years, I was distracted. I allowed myself to be distracted by, a combination of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I just sort of like followed the flow of that for many, many years. But what that did to me was that I was not being fulfilled. I was not focused. I was not, delivering stuff that I was supposed to deliver. In a nutshell, I was pretty much tending to other people's stuff and using that to be distracted. And this went on, I have to say, for many years. Mm-hmm. But it got to a point of realization, of which I then, and as well as through mentoring, of which I just came, to that realization that, this isn't right. Right. This is not right. It got to a place of actual pain because deep down, I knew that I had this entrepreneurial journey that I had to embark upon, and it was just not happening. Yes. So yeah, my story is very, very much from a personal perspective. However, since I've written the book, I have, gone out of my way to actually delve deeper and find out a lot more about this issue. And I know 100% that everybody gets distracted in one capacity or the other. And so this is why I've actually going the extra mile right now to find out more about it and how people can actually manage and then eliminate.
Wonderful. Because you're right, there are so many factors that can come in that causes the distraction, and we'll definitely get into a little bit more of that. But I mean, if one is success driven, why is it that that desire is not enough to get through the distraction? Why does distraction creep in? I mean, why?
Because basically, as we strive and as we make progress, through be it our career, be it our entrepreneurial journey, be it we're just focusing on that one project, to deliver, it just creeps up, and I believe, and I've basically resigned myself to the fact that that is part of life. Right. So one of my passions is to be able to actually educate people that when stuff happens, have the mindset to be able to deal with it and carry on. It's very, very important. So there are the ones that do creep in, but there are also the ones that are sort of like more deep rooted and that have actually managed to shape our habits. And so those are the ones that one has to be really, really mindful about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point. So staying focused to, maybe a matter of putting blinders on and, you keep your mindset streamlined to the task at hand, and so just really, you can speak to that a little bit in regards to just really being streamlined in your thinking for that specific task.
Exactly. And for me, the way I have dealt with it over the years is to just constantly tell myself, you can do this. You have got this. You may be distracted, stuff may happen, but you've got this, and you started it, and so therefore you can complete it.
Good.
So I always challenge myself that way.
Okay, that's good. I love it. So you speak on breaking things down into goals, into smaller pieces, I guess, bite size to get done. And is this how you foresee how you can accomplish goals when distractions come in?
Pretty much so. Pretty much so, because I'm a very firm advocate of planning. And you have, this goal before you, but if you break it down and you plan that goal, then the likelihood of one being able to execute it successfully is pretty much guaranteed. So for me, a goal, it's a combination of tasks and activities, of which once completed leads to accomplishment of something important or significant. Break them down, work on the task and related activities, take a step back, review, and carry on until completion. So that's my that's my mantra.
That's perfect. Because that is really, if you keep it just that simple, really that gets you through. So
it does.
Not, it's not hard, but it is sometimes because we let those things kind of overwhelm us.
Yes, exactly. To be honest with you, being able to manage distractions successfully and efficiently, it's almost like a key capability, especially like you mentioned in this digital world where we're in right now. Yeah, one has to sort of like really get it down to a T, so to speak.
Right. So overcoming distraction, it may not be easy for us all. There's different, like you talked about, deep-rooted issues sometimes play a part in all of that. Are there some ways to figure out what that underlying issue may be?
I mean, for me, I had the opportunity, to actually speak to a mentor of mine. And, within 5 minutes of the discussion, he basically said to me that, what is going on here? Right. You are not focused. You're just not focused. You keep on this. Okay, I'll do a bit of this. I'll do a bit of that. And he was, basically outright. But what I would encourage people to do primarily is to look, basically a self-search, and to explore our habits, and also to ask the questions: do you self-sabotage? Do you procrastinate? Do you justify procrastination? So I don't want to do this right now, I'll do it later. And actually, it's okay. There's still time. It's okay for me to do it later. So those kind of behaviors, habits have to be questioned. They have to be called out to question. Am I prioritizing my time to the best of my ability? Yes. Do I value my time as my most valuable asset? So I think these are some of the sets of questions that is very, very important to ask oneself, or to have them as part of a discussion with a mentor. I call this the identification process. And then once those issues have been identified, you can then move on to the steps to be taken to manage and then eventually eliminate.
Wow, beautiful. Jade, you've said a lot there in regards to time management, in regards to, self-sabotaging and justifying in your mind about, why that it's okay, and not really looking at it as a real issue. You're justifying in your own head. So time management skills, come into play, understanding what your time is worth, the dollar value of your time. That definitely is key to mitigating distractions.
Yes.
And you've just said that. So that is super key. But just understanding that while you're along that distraction line, time is money, and your time is money.
Exactly. And I think also, Pamela, that it's also about placing a value on what you actually do as an entrepreneur, for example. So, for example, when you started this chat, you explained to us all what you do. You broke it down. And even, that passion, it was coming through. And so I think it's very, very important that as entrepreneurs or somebody just stepping out to become one, it's very important that you place a value on what you do, because it's your unique thing going on right there. And you're the one who has the capabilities to drive that. So placing value on what you do as an individual, using your time as a very valuable asset, will then enable you to identify what you are worth and talk about it. Be 100% confident in talking about what your hourly rate is, what you are worth, and the reasons why. And I would really, really implore anybody, especially women, of which I'm very passionate about, that if you struggle in this area, it's 100% important that you seek some sort of mentoring, because it's very, very important that you are able to talk confidently about what you're worth.
Love it. So now that we understand a few strategies, so eloquently spoken, to distract our distractions, what about the externals, that come into, if we make making or breaking commitments and other people that can distract us? I'm sure this is an area we must continue to watch as well.
Oh, yes. Yes. With regards to that, I mean, one of the major reasons why I got into, I would describe it as the mess at the time, was because it was pretty much almost the way I was brought up. As the firstborn of the family, I had a lot of responsibilities put on me. And I'm not complaining, because it's made me the strong person I am today.
Right.
However, when it came to dealing with family issues and demands, I literally always had to be there. And this from young childhood to adulthood. And so I would basically place my family needs over mine. And it happened a lot.
Yeah.
So now things have changed, even if we have family issues. And this is the thing, family issues will always be there. They're not going to go away. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not an excuse not to carry on with what you're passionate about as an individual. And so, for me and from my experience, it's family issues. And don't get me wrong, I understand that especially as women, men, we can actually be carers for certain members of our families, which can in turn be quite demanding.
Right.
But please do create time out of the 24 hours. Grasp some of those hours to do your own thing. It's very, very important.
Yes, no matter what stage you are. And so, we've talked about, strategies for ourselves, external strategies or external distractions that can come into play. What about deadlines? Is that something, we having deadlines seem to be something that could minimize distractions, because you must stay open, focused on prioritizing tasks.
Certainly.
Yeah, speak on this.
Certainly. I mean, what I would say with regards to deadlines would be to set artificial ones. So, as an example, if you, and this example is actually in my book, as an example, if you have, for example, a report or a presentation that you have to deliver for a client, then if to say it's 2 weeks from now, I would set myself an artificial deadline of about a week into that time. And then within that week, I would hone down and I would focus in, at the very least, getting the skeleton of that report or that presentation together. And so basically by setting these artificial deadlines, it enables you to work more efficiently. And so what I would also say is that as you execute, the task that has a deadline attached, make sure you use that, you prioritize that important task. And then obviously focus. If you have dedicated a couple of hours a day within the very first week, use those couple of hours a day and be focused, because focus actually expands our thinking process. Once you hone down and you focus, it actually creates the zeal to make us push through. So I just feel that artificial deadlines push us to go the extra mile, not just get the work done, but plan the work and get it done efficiently and to a very high quality as well. Yes,
I love that tip. I love that. That's really good. I mean, I classify myself as an expert event planner, because I always, it's just thinking about the little things, the little details and that nature. But, you have the event, you back it down to, the steps that it's going to take to get there. So I always like to have my deadline of all of the list of things and tasks I have to do done, the week prior, so that week of, there's always going to be little things that creep up in it. So that is
exactly
excellent tip. Is your book, just diving a little bit more in regards to the book and the value that it brings to people, is that tips, strategies, and everything in between wise for distraction and how to navigate through it? Talk a little bit about
it is basically, I started off the book talking about myself, my experience, the reason why I actually wrote the book. And it then starts off with how you can actually identify the root cause of whatever distraction, it is that you're going through. So it then talks about, it gives, examples. There's a lot of examples in there of successful entrepreneurs and what they have done in order to overcome distractions. And believe me, some of them have done some like crazy stuff, to get their important tasks, delivered. So I thought I should, throw in a little bit of that in there. So, but every chapter has like tips and tools. So at the end of each chapter, there's tips and tools that you can actually carry out, to set you on the right course. So basically, one of the things I encourage in the book is to actually write it out. What is that deep rooted? What is that issue that you're having that is causing you to constantly procrastinate? Do you have a fear of something? Do you have a fear of failure, for example? Do you have a fear of maybe moving forward? Do you have a fear of being criticized, for example? And so it's very important to be able to write it down. And then what are your tools of distraction? So there's the root cause and there's the tools. What do you use to shy yourself away? Do you use social media? Do you use just constantly being on your phone? Do you distract yourself by just carrying out simple, mundane, unimportant tasks as opposed to focusing on the important ones that will catapult you into your entrepreneurial journey? So all of that is laid out there, as well as basically a lot of self-help, the need and the importance, to develop a positive mindset, focus to carry on.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Such a value. Be sure to pick up Jade's book and keep in tune with everything that she has to offer. Just valuable, valuable information. So
Thank you,
as a
Pamela.
multitasker as well, you mentioned a little bit about that, just, that's a lot of, multiple pieces of this, my whole entire, ecosystem, my universe, and moving everything forward bit by bit as I get more information to do so. Just multitasking, is that a good thing? I classify it as a good thing. Some people are not good multitaskers, and I, can always use strategies in regards to that with distractions, because you have multiple things going on at one time.
I think as an entrepreneur, multitasking is actually inevitable, because you want to start on one project. Let's say, for example, you want to build your website, for the first time, knowing fully well that this is not something you're going to do yourself. So basically, you will have to involve a website designer. You will have to involve, you will have to sort of like pull together your content. You will have to pull together your images. You will have to decide on the outlay of the website. Sure. So this obviously will involve not just yourself, but maybe a few other people. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, it involves a lot of pulling stuff together, to complete that particular project. In that kind of situation, as I said, multitasking is inevitable, but you can do it successfully by writing down the different tasks and the different activities related. This will enable you to avoid overwhelm. However, looking at the bigger picture, I know of some entrepreneurs, they multitask 6, 7 projects on the go, and they're comfortable with that. They're happy with that. I haven't got anything against that. It's a key capability of theirs. Yeah. But if you are an individual that tends to become overwhelmed, quite easily, then my advice would be minimize multitasking. So for example, complete the design of your website as an example before you then move on to the next thing. But I know for a fact that as you progress your entrepreneurial journey, multitasking as a capability will become more honed and you get more used to that. Perfect. But to start off with, I would say keep it simple.
Perfect. Great tips there as well, Jade. So what would you say are your top tips for distraction? Top tips.
What I would say, let's see, let me think about it. Mm-hmm. A positive mindset, very, very important. You have to have the mind that I can do this. I have got this. Yes. And you also have to have the mind that if there's a roadblock, if there is an issue, as I set out to complete this task, there's always a solution, which is true. In life, there is always a solution. And so I think that once we have that at the back of our minds, then we're basically good to go. So I think having that positive mindset is very, very important. And then number two, being able to identify what is causing you to be distracted. Very, very important. You have to get to the bottom of the root cause to be able to deal with it. You have to maybe extract a tooth to get to the decay and make it all good. So it's the same with distractions. Identify what the problem is, manage, and then eliminate.
Excellent. Wonderful. So Tell us about ways that we can continue to engage with you. How can our audience find you? In addition to the book, are you offering coaching, webinars, podcast? How can we support you?
I'll just reel through everything. And my website, it's info@extrapreneur.info. And so I would encourage people to go on there, where I have free downloadables readily available right now. I also have my blog there. So there's a blog section there as well. Nice. So it covers so many topics in time management, distraction, everything is on there. My YouTube channel is called DriveForSuccess, and I would encourage everybody to please do subscribe to that. I do upload every week. And also in recent times, I've also opened up a private Facebook group as well. Okay. So that is also called extrapreneur.info. And with regard, the reason behind this is basically to collectively, as a group, talk about issues around distraction. Because I'm a firm believer that a problem shared is a problem halved. If you come into a group and you sort of put it, well, this is what I'm going through, there will be nuggets there that you'll be able to take away to use in your day-to-day living. So, and obviously the book itself, it's on Amazon, and just type in Distract Your Distractions, it will pop up. And yeah, and going forward in the next couple of weeks, I am actually at the moment developing a toolkit. The toolkit is called the Busy Entrepreneurs Productivity Toolkit.
Love it.
Within the toolkit will be time management tips. There will be charts of which you can write down what your distractions are, what you plan to do as an individual to overcome these. So basically a bit of journaling. And also within that is Time Will Tell vision board. So basically there's this vision board that will basically say, this is where I am right now. Where do I want to be in 12 months' time with regards to time management, with regards to dealing with distractions, and with regards to basically evolving and developing my business going forward. So there's quite a number of tools within this toolkit, and that will be available in the next couple of weeks. But if you go to my website, info@extrapreneur.info, all the information will be there. Or just register an interest through my contact sheet, and we're basically good to go.
Awesome. I love the toolkits that you have coming, and the website is extrapreneur.info.
Yes, please.
The info@ is your email. I'm
exactly.
So yes. Okay.
Yes.
So and all of your detail in regards to how to connect with you will be posted in the description of this broadcast as well. So
thank you.
You all touch bases with Jade. Jade, anything else you'd like to share with our viewing audience about your business before we go?
Well, basically, at the moment, well, I would just like everybody to please buy the book, but don't just buy the book, enjoy the book, and also implement, because that's very important. And I did write a bit in the book about that, about us, busying ourselves, listening to other speakers, which is fine, attending conferences, but then coming away and not necessarily implementing stuff.
Right.
So I just would like to seize this opportunity to encourage everybody that whatever knowledge you expose yourself to, make sure that you take, extract pieces out of there and actually implement it into your day-to-day entrepreneurial journey.
Yes, yes. Excellent. You have given great nuggets, great gems, great advice on all of this entire topic, and more to come, I know, from you. So anyone out there listening, please connect with Jade, check out her book, and get some of these tips in tune with your business and your personal, really, because if you can, get through those distractions and more focused on your business, then your business has that opportunity to continue to catapult.
Yes.
This process. So, because it is a process, I know.
Yes, it is. It certainly is.
Good. Well, Jade, thank you. You've been a beautiful guest. I've enjoyed myself and learning more about you and your offering to the world. So, and your why.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you again. So, thank you, and everyone. Jade ONASHOGA,
Thank you.
Her book, Distractions. So, thank you again.
And one other thing I would like to say, Pamela, before we go, is also to encourage everybody, please don't allow distractions to rule your life. You have your own unique entrepreneurial journey, and somebody is waiting for you to deliver that. Somebody you're going to empower, somebody who's going to benefit from what you have. And that will be my final piece of advice. Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. Thank you so
much.
Thank
you, Pamela. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on your platform. Thank you.
Okay, hon. Thank you. All right, everyone. That was Jade ONASHOGA, and please do check her out. I'm excited. Again, her information will be a part of this broadcast that you can check out as well. So what's in a name? Business Concepts Accelerated. That's how we get to BCA. Our target market is business to business. That's the B2B. So we are BCA B2B Live. We're coming to you live with our spotlights. And if you'd like your company to be a spotlight on our future broadcast, then we'd love to speak with you. If you're motivated to doing business globally or outside your local, then let's talk. I'd love to spotlight your business and share a little bit with our audience about you. So our website is bcab2blive.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. I hope that I've said something in regards to going to the website and adding your company there as a resource, whether it is in marketing, branding, public relations, or strategy being angel investors. And we're also looking to add venture capital firms that are and individuals who manifest in those areas, as well any type of industry, any level of business owner. You are also invited to go to the website, bcab2blive.com, and list your company. The site is going through a little bit of change and upgrading, so that is soon to come as well. But go ahead and list your company there, and I thank you for that. So that is it for me today. I'm excited about my conversation today. I thought it was very, very much so something that you could grab some tips from and implement and get the book so that you can go more deeply into everything Jade has to offer. So again, thank you for being with us at BCA Chats, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you and remain blessed. I'm Pamela with Business Concepts Accelerated.